Welcome to Capital Tycoon, the place where future innovators come to learn. My guest today is Prajwal Prashanth. Prajwal is a 16-year-old innovator focused on building AI projects that enhance the quality of life. He is a member of the Knowledge Society and received a grant from Ingenious Plus for his JARVIS project, an AI assistant integrated into a hat, featuring image and voice recognition with low latency conversations. Currently, he is working on CalendAI, an AI assistant designed to help schedule your life, and he will be journeying across Canada on the Boreal Express train. Prajwal, my first question to you is, what does AI mean to you?
To me, right now, as what AI exists in the world today, right now, most people are focusing on something called generative AI, where the AI generates something. It could be text, images, video. Mostly right now, all the hype is about like text, right? Like ChatGPT generates lots of text. And right now, when I think about that type of AI, which is called a large language model, I think of it as like a way for machines to understand what humans are saying. And basically, it's just a language model. It just understands what humans say. So, like, a comparison would be like if you wanted to tell like a computer what you wanted to do, right now you would have to do like computer programming. But right now, what I see as like the incredible use case right now is how you could like just tell the computer using natural language, like human language, like English, Spanish, or whatever language that you speak, and it will communicate with the machine for you instead of like learning about like a programming language and using that instead. So like I think that's what I think it's gonna be a big focus moving on. And also to me, I don't think it is conscious or sentient or whatever. I still think that it's still like a machine and it doesn't really have any capabilities. Like as humans, we can do like actions, but right now, large language models, they don't fully understand us. And by the end of the day, they're just trained on a lot of text. And they're basically, if you think about it, they are like basically the next word suggestions on like when you type on like a mobile keyboard, except way more powerful.
Okay, interesting. And now I wanted to talk about your journey and hear about it. So, how did you first get interested in AI and what got you into the field in the first place?
Honestly, it was ChatGPT that got me interested. Like before, since like I think around 6 years, I've been learning how to do computer programming, and I've been fascinated about how machines work, like computers work, and I've been always interested in creating like computer programs which do really cool things. But ever since like I was like, this is really, really cool. Like you could like ask it to do whatever you want and it can like respond back to you. And like I just really like it and I really like to understand how it works and build things using AI. So what really got me interested is about like how ChatGPT was made and then thinking about all the different use cases that I could use LLMs like ChatGPT in like lots of different applications because AI can be applied to anything basically.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, that's true. I suppose AI can be applied to many different fields. Now, um, I wanted to expand more on your Jarvis project. So, you recently made a post which went quite viral on LinkedIn, which I saw. Um, Tell me about, first of all, for those that don't know, what Jarvis is, and also its current features, and planned hardware upgrades.
Right now I don't have Jarvis because I've packed it up, but basically what it is It's made from everything that I already had at home. Maybe I've bought some things, but it is a hat, like a cap, like a baseball cap, but attached to it, on top of it, is like a Raspberry Pi 4 with a camera, as well as a speaker and microphone. And it's all on the hat, and like it's connected to a battery which you can put in your pocket, something like the Apple Vision Pro. And basically, what it runs on it runs a Python program which basically connects to different LLMs like Gemini, Flash from Google, and also Grok's Llama 3 models. Basically, it's an AI assistant on a hat with voice recognition. So you say Jarvis and you ask it a question. And then what it will do is it will try to understand your question. It will search the web if necessary, and it will provide an answer to you back to you by speaking to you. And it can also look at what you're seeing. So it'll have like a camera in front of you. You can see some of the images that I posted online. And basically, it'll take in the image that it sees, and it can answer a question based on that as well. And all of that, it costs like less than $200, maybe around even $100 to build. And in the future, I want to make it even smaller. I've seen like different small computers that are this size with like a camera and a microphone. And I'm thinking of using that and buying it, and maybe perhaps making Jarvis on that, so you can make it like an AI pen if you've heard of it, but much, much cheaper and without like gimmicky features. And it just works with very low latency.
Fascinating to hear. And I'm curious, how long did it take you to build Jarvis?
So I started in late January. That's when I got the idea. And then for the software part, just building it on my laptop, it didn't take me a while. It took me only a couple of weeks or maybe a week. And the hard part was putting it on the Raspberry Pi and connecting it to the camera and the speaker and microphone, getting it all to work. And then just including new features and like making it more faster and more stable. But I got it finished, like mostly finished around March. So from late January to about March, that's how long it took me. And then from then on, I've been working on it on like different tiny features like conversational mode, which is basically you can talk to it and it'll respond to you in less than a second, but it won't be using like the image or web search. That's like a cool way to like talk to like a friend. And yeah, it took me about until March to build most of it.
Interesting. And now tell me about your other project, CalendAI.
So CalendAI is basically it integrates with Google Calendar. It's an AI assistant which you can just type to. In the future, I'll add like a voice feature. Basically, you can just talk to it like your language. Let's say you have lots of things in your mind of things that you want to do, and you just want to like get it out on like you want to time block it, for example. Then what you can do is you can just say to it like lots of things that you have to do, and then it will like give you suggestions and then time block it for you on things like Google Calendar. Right now, I've made like a Google Chrome extension. It's not public yet. I'm still working on it. But I'm building this as part of Build Space. But I haven't had much time to work on this. It's still very early. I've been only working on it for about 3 to 4 weeks. But yeah, that's basically what it does.
Okay, and a question which came to mind is, so you mentioned build space. So what is the importance of building in public with your projects and showcasing that to work? And of course, you've received 1,000 grants with your other project, Jarvis, and then you showcase that at the TKS Showcase for CalendAI. Plus, you demoed to a demo day event. So, what is the importance of showcasing it to the public, and why does that set you up for more opportunities?
Honestly, it's like incredible how many people are interested in things which youth build, and like even in like just posting it online, it can do lots of things. Like I know lots of people who work on really cool things, but they don't post it online, so nobody knows about it. So like it's kind of like the saying where like I don't really remember the saying, but like it's like if a tree falls down in like a forest, but you're not there to like hear it, then did it really fall? Like basically, if you built something but you didn't really share it, then did you really build it? I mean, of course you did, but no one knows that you built it, so only you know. So the importance of building in public is like you get lots of people to reach out to you, people who want to try it, people who understand it, people who like want to just connect with you. And in the future, it can get you like opportunities. Like right now, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this yet, but I am getting like an opportunity, a work opportunity. I'm really grateful about it because I've been to networking events, showing what I've built, showing what I'm capable of. And that's really important for like just networking and getting opportunities.
Okay, yeah. And now I wanted to talk about TKS. So you and I are both part of a program for young people called the Knowledge Society, or TKS for those that don't know. Um, First of all, how has TKS positively impacted you and your dreams? And secondly, what has your highlight experiences been? For example, doing a challenge with Google or Meta. So tell me a bit more about that.
So for TKS, it changed my life basically. So previously about like what I just talked about, like just putting it out in the public. That I was not doing. And also I've been like really bored at school, for example. Like my science teacher has noticed that. And then basically he was the one who recommended me to join this program. He said that he knew a friend who was working at TKS and he wanted to see people like me. And so I joined. I didn't really expect much of it. And it did cost like a lot, but I think it was really worth it because I think it's mostly about the mentorship and also the community from TKS. So in TKS, you get like a director, a mentor who you can like be mentored with and also like reach out to. And like basically, it's like an accountability platform, how TKS is, specifically the velocity program, where like you do like a daily update, you do lots of different requirements, like weekly, and also just workouts and just a lot of different things which high performance people do and also learn about them. And it just like kind of motivates me and just gets me to build more things. And like it taught me lots of things about how to reach out to people, how to build my communication skills, different mindsets, like the boss mentality mindset, how to like present, about curiosity, about like being intentional, all these different mindsets. I think they're really important and they're not really taught in school. None of it is taught in school. And I really think TKS is a really good program. Um, I think the most really good moments were like when I've been doing like the little hackathons in TKS with like lots of different friends. It was really like fun, like collaborating with people who are also as interested into the topics as you are. That's something that I don't find at school. Um, as for the challenges, as for like working for companies like as consultants for Google and Microsoft, um, for the Google challenge, I I did actually pretty well. I actually did most of the work in my team, because they didn't really have much time or like they didn't focus on it. But I basically did it all solo, and I got into the top five. But we, I don't know what happened. Google had like fired like half of their sales teams and stuff. So I still haven't presented to this date, but I think I will be able to later on this year. About my solution. Uh, I also like working on the Microsoft challenge as well. I learned a lot about different things about like how memristors work, how data centers work. So like it's like connected to my focus of AI as it was interesting focusing on like the hardware aspect. Um Also another experience of TKS. Like the whole 10-month time, basically you are like um you have to like build like a project, you have to learn about a topic like AI or other things like BCIs, synthetic biology, and then at the end, basically build a project based on all that you know. And then for that, I ended up building Jarvis, and I even got a grant from Ingenious Plus, like $1,000 grant, which I would not have if I had not joined like TKS and learned about like the focus process, how to like learn about things, how to build like a project and show it to the world. And yeah, it's been really cool.
Okay, yeah, I think yeah, you summed up TKS well, and also yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think TKS has also definitely been impactful to me, and also it's yeah, but I also like the community aspect, like um how you you really can't find a like-minded individuals in like in a community anywhere else, I think, for like youth. So who are already making an impact and working on ambitious projects. So definitely. Um, Now, I wanted to move on to your vision for the future of AI and the role you see yourself shaping it. So, yeah, what do you think the future looks like in this industry? And also, yeah, how do you want to contribute?
For the future of this, I really think that AI will be helping like automate like the boring stuff. Um, when like like how like computer programming was invented and stuff, like that was used to like automate lots of things um to help make things go faster and stuff. We also created new jobs. I think it will be the same with AI. It will help with automating mundane tasks or like helping better work with the software that already exists. And it will also create new jobs like creating the AI itself. Um, I really think that it will be about automation. Um, for example, there's like this company called Gumloop who's like working on like these AI workflows, which like automate different things, like getting like things from like different websites and then maybe like processing it and then like notifying you. Like for example, if there's like a new hacker news post that might be interested with your company or something, which is like really cool. I think it'll be a lot about AI and productivity. And how I want to help is basically, I want to be creating different applications of AI, which can help with different like quality of life improvements. Like for example, I've been working on Jarvis, which helps for visually impaired people, but also CalendAI, which can help with busy people or like people who want to plan their day better and save their time. Um, but I also do want to learn more about AI and contribute towards building these AI models, helping with like like prompt engineering and like creating these models which other people can use. So that's how I want to like break into the AI space and like contribute to AI.
Okay. And um, now you're one of 50 going on the Boreal Express across Canada for free. And so tell me a bit more about that. What was the process of getting this opportunity, and also yeah, what are you looking forward towards?
So this started in I think around June, where like I saw this. So I'm part of another community called Hack Club, which is like a huge like international group of like computer programmers. And basically they do lots of big events. So what the Boreal Express is, it's basically a private charter train. It's the Canadian train. You can search it up. And basically it will go from Vancouver to Toronto, and we will also go to Montreal. And basically, they chose 50 teens to go on this trip, and I'm one of them. And basically, I heard about this from their website, and it's all like expense paid and stuff. And basically, how I got in is I just mentioned about how I built Jarvis, like my Jarvis project, and like how the cool things I'm building is leading to really cool results. And also, I've been also talking about like the mindsets that have influenced me and how I would improve, like what I would bring to the journey. And that's how I got in. And yeah, what I'm looking forward to, um, I'm going on it next week. So it's from Sunday, July 21st to Sunday, July 28th. And I really want to spend the time getting to know other people working on really cool things. It's like a bunch of teenagers from all over the world, working on different coding and computer programming things. And yeah, I just want to enjoy the journey. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like in Canada, I have never been outside of like BC. So going all the way to like the East Coast, that's like really cool and it's like a dream come true. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay, well, congrats on recently getting that opportunity, and also, yeah, I think it will be amazing. Yeah, sounds really interesting. Um, Now, another question I had was coming back to the topic of teaching yourself. I know probably explore modules or doing the focus process. By doing them, you learned technical knowledge. But do you have any tips for those that aren't in TKS to how to learn technical knowledge? And yeah, how do you teach yourself on this topic?
For me, I focus a lot on YouTube. There's like so much like tutorials and like lessons and stuff. Um, on a daily basis, I usually like my information diet is what I call it. It's also what's called in TKS. It's basically what you learn about like day to day. Um, what I do is like if you look at my YouTube home feed, it's like basically full of math and science and like computer and all those different things I'm interested in. And I really think that if you're curious enough about something, then you will find a way to learn about it, like through like online or like other ways. And for me, it has really helped me because of my curiosity of like computer programming and AI. I've been able to like get like the motivation to like search things up, understand different concepts, and like just learn online. I really like learning by myself online. Um, I don't know if it's the same with other people, but it's like really cool like going through it on your own pace. And I'd highly recommend like YouTube for this. It has like lots of different content at different paces and like lots of different topics as well. And yeah, I would just recommend YouTube. It has basically everything. And about like different mindsets, I would say being intentional and curiosity, those are the top two mindsets that are really important. If you're intentional about what you want to do, it could be life or it could be what you want to learn or build, then you're basically set. And then with curiosity, you would like find out how to do things and figuring things out on your own. And I believe that's really important too.
Okay, yeah. And yeah, I think in one YouTube video, you probably learn more than like a lesson in school. And also, yeah, I think, yeah, and yeah, I think those, yeah, mindsets are, yeah, they make sense to, um, yeah, it would make sense for you to carry them through as you, yeah, with your approach to work, for instance, or yeah, just in life in general. So, um, now, another question I wanted to ask is, what are your tips for building in public? So coming back to like making posts on LinkedIn and all those other platforms, what are your tips to get better in that and be consistent? And for those that want to start creating content on their projects.
Um, for me, building in public, I've only been doing like a lot about like weekly stuff through build space. But before that, what I've been focusing on is like showing like different like demo videos or things like improvements that I've made, which are like noteworthy and which I can like display to other people. And I think that if you create something that you think is useful or like that you think is really cool, if you share it to like platforms like LinkedIn or Twitter, there's lots of people who are interested in the same things as you, who might be like who might really like what you've built and who might be also curious about how you did it and also might connect with you or like just engage with you and like give you like future opportunities as well. I just say when you create something, just post it online. There's like no like the worst case scenario is that no one sees it. Like, but the best case scenario is that a lot of people see it and unexpectedly you get lots of like different engagements on like your posts or whatever. And you will like for me, when I got like lots of like I think I got like 500 different likes on like LinkedIn on that post for Jarvis. For me, it felt like really good because it gave me the motivation to continue building it. So like for example, if you're like someone who like builds stuff but then stops building them and then just continues building like new things but like stopping along the way, I think like if you like post online and people really like it, I think it'll help you to like say like, okay, this is pretty useful and it will give you like the motivation to keep going. I think that's a pretty good thing. Um and yeah, just posting things online, there's like no worst case scenario. It's like just no one sees it.
Yeah, true. And yeah, I think it's about that momentum to yeah keep it going, I suppose. Um, now, how do you balance your work with and building these projects with school?
Um, right now I don't have school, but before, um, what I've been doing is so basically I've been treating school like a day job. Um, it's not the term that I came up with, someone else came up with it, but basically from like from school start to like let's say I don't know, like 4 or 5, you would work on only school and you would focus only on school work. That's what I would do. So like for example, paying attention to the teacher, be self-explanatory. Just doing your homework in class when possible. And just like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then afterwards, I would work on my projects. And funny thing is, from my math workbook, I think it has like, I forgot how many pages it has. I don't know. I don't have it right now. Oh, I do have it. No, that's not it. But basically, I've written in only 36 pages. I would like 500 different pages on it, which is insane. Um, how I have done that is how I've not done like homework but still done well is because I've been like paying attention and actually focusing in class and like actually doing like in class exercises and stuff and like practice tests. And I think that those things are really important. Like they help me. Um, yeah, it's just about like focus and not getting distracted at school. I feel like lots of people get distracted. They don't really like school and like they just don't do school stuff in school. But if you do school stuff at school and you do like you have the rest of the time available for you to do whatever you want, and that's how I basically balance my life with like school and like the things that I do.
Makes sense. And speaking of school, what is your opinion on the current state of the traditional school system and how and what changes? So you mentioned you are often bored in science class. So what changes would you like to see in the future of the school system?
I think school should focus more on emerging technologies, like how TKS does. Um, I think that school is like it focuses on like creating really good employees and not really good like it doesn't focus on like different types of people like entrepreneurs or like founders. So or like builders, for example. I think for the current school education system, it's very outdated as like classrooms are basically like seating arrangement and like there's like a teacher giving like lectures. But what I find pretty neat in like my school at least, um, the teachers are really nice and like they have really cool activities that we do. For example, in math class, why I'm really like engaged in math class is because um not only is my math teacher really great, um I think she's also really paid pretty well. But also, like around like the classroom, every single wall has a whiteboard, and then what she would do is like basically when she gives like an exercise problem, she would tell us to stand up and go like try to figuring it out and how to solve it with like your friends and stuff. And also like afterwards, she would like teach like how it works and different ways of doing things. And also that's also important. And like I really like that structure a lot. But I don't know about other schools, but I think that might benefit a lot. Um, yeah, I think it's like a lot about like the industrial revolution style right now in the education system. To change it, probably it require a more diverse structure in the school, but that might also be like very expensive for like the government and stuff. Um, but yeah, that's like my thoughts on school. For like why I'm bored in like classes, it's like I've been like being taught like stuff that I likely won't need to know in like later on, but it is like useful for like getting into university. That's like basically how school works right now. Is like how high school works is that it's basically like a filter system to get into university. Like you need to get good grades or like you need to do well on tests and stuff. I think that system really needs to be changed. It shouldn't be about like how many marks you get, because you can easily hack the system, like how I did. Where like I didn't even do any math homework and I did really well. I think I got like 98%. But it should be about how like how willing like the willingness that you have to learn, like how you display the attitude and um yeah, the focus on like the learning materials should be different, like emerging technologies and different ways that it could be applied in real life.
Yeah. No, yeah, that completely makes sense. And I think, yeah, definitely, I think the school system is flawed. And the term you used, filter system, I think that's a good way to describe it. I think, yeah, I've had that term before also in, I think Naveed used it, the founder of TKS. So,
Yes.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it will probably take a long time to change it, but with programs like TKS and other alternative school systems, hopefully the traditional system can adopt that later on. So yeah, definitely. Um, Now, what are you going to be working on next?
For me, like I said, I do have a work opportunity for August. So what I've been like thinking about is like projects that I've been working on. Like they're cool and all, but I don't really like get any like industry experience or um get like any like I don't know if this is a bad like I guess experience and like money from that. So what I've been focusing on is like getting like an opportunity in the summer to like maybe help like my family with financially and also earn some experience from working for different companies. And so that's what I will be doing in August as well. Um, I'll also be working on CalendAI. Uh, I have no clue how much I'll be able to do, but yeah, for that, I hope to maybe make like a mobile app as well, where like you could quickly talk about like maybe what things you have to do, and it would like schedule it for you, things like that. And then for Jarvis, like I said, making it smaller, making it like an AI pin is what I also want to do. And also, I want to learn more about like AI, so generative AI, and how to build like neural networks. I will be looking into Andre Carpety's course on this. I think right now the course it's not outdated, but he is working on a new course, which I'm really looking forward to. But I will be looking at his current course, which is how to go to from zero to hero in neural networks, which I'll be looking at.
Okay, yeah, yeah, and also saw that I think Andrej released a new or is going to release a new education platform or something that I saw it on TK Slack. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It sounds interesting. Um, yeah, and now I wanted to ask is who would you say inspires you?
Who inspires me? Um, I don't really know. Uh, I guess my TKS director, Pranav, he's like a really, really cool guy. And like his stories, they kind of inspire me. And like how he gives me lots of mentorship and how he does all these kinds of cool projects that he's working on as well. That also inspires me. As for like people, other people, uh, I don't know if this is right, but I guess kind of like Elon Musk a bit, like how he has made like lots of different companies like Neuralink and like SpaceX and Tesla, all these different companies, how he's like single-handedly done all this. It also inspires me a lot, but like how much one person can accomplish, that also inspires me. And I do have Elon's biography that I do want to read soon, so that I borrowed recently. And right now what I'm reading is Atomic Habits. It's
Oh, yeah.
a book by James Clear. It's really, really good. It talks about how systems in your life can help with like habits and like high performance. I highly recommend it.
Okay, that's great. And now, what is your advice for the youth generation? So, given you have built many high impact projects, what is your advice to young people who want to get started or are already making something of their own?
Um, For people who want to get started, I would just say just start it. Whatever you're thinking of, whatever idea you have, just start it. The worst case scenario is it goes nowhere, but like you learn lots of things along the way. Like along the way of like through TKS, I've learned lots of different things, small things, which eventually mounted up to Jarvis and CalendAI. And like throughout my journey, like I learned lots of things, even though it doesn't like I haven't like been able to like show it or like things like that. There's lots of hidden skills that you learn by just doing things, like different ideas and just doing them. So I just recommend just getting started. For people who are trying to do things but are like kind of like feel like they're unsuccessful, I recommend like just yeah, just read this book. It's really, really good. Um but like thinking about how like being intentional about what you do in like your life, what you want to accomplish and like what you build. I think that's really important. And like yeah, just being intentional, just thinking about what you want to do. I think if you do that, if you nail that, then you're gonna be doing some really cool things.
That makes sense. And if you now, if you have one quote or one piece of advice you want our audience to take away with, what would that be?
Um, I think this quote was from the Build Space song, like the Build Space anthem. I think it was called "Look at what's around you. Do you feel inspired? Your life is just a cage if it's not pushing you higher." I really, really like that quote. I've listened to it lots of times, and I feel like that like basically sums up my life. And like how like being bored is basically like just your life is being caged because it's not pushing you higher. And like doing things that push you higher, like building these things, showing it to the world, being in uncomfortable positions, that's really good for you. And it helps you go up in life. And it just helps you like do things that impact the world.
Where can people find you online if they want to follow along with your journey?
You can find me on LinkedIn. You can just search my name up. My name is Prajwal Prashanth. I think you would have like put my name on the video. Um, yeah, I'm mostly on LinkedIn. You can find me there. I'm also working on a website. It's also linked on my LinkedIn profile, but it's not done yet. It's prajwal.isa.dev, but it's also on my LinkedIn. There's a dash between the is and the A. I'm still working on it though.
Okay. Yeah, that I think yeah, that is everything I want to discuss. Thank you, Prajwal, for coming on my podcast today again. And yeah, it was a great pleasure having you on.
Thank you for inviting me. This was really cool.